All right, that was the Shuggie Otis Band. I'm Art Fein. This is Art Fein's Poker Party coming to you from Pasadena. Take it away, Shuggie.
Woman don't get along but one day at a time. Me and my woman don't get along but one day at a time. One day we're fussing and fighting, and the next day we're doing fine. Monday we're lovey-dovey, Tuesday we don't even speak. Wednesday she fixed me a steak, and Thursday night I don't even eat. Talking about me and my baby don't get along but one day at a time. One day we're fussing and fighting, and the next day we're doing fine. Don't even speak. Wednesday she fixed me a steak, and Thursday night I don't even eat. Talking about me and my babe don't get along but one day at a time. One day we're fussing and fighting, and the next day we're doing fine. Friday everything is beautiful, Saturday we have no peace. Sunday we go to church, and Sunday night that woman calls the police. Talking about me and my woman don't get along one day at a time, yeah. One day we're fussing and fighting, and the next day we're doing fine.
Okay, Shuggie Otis Band. I'm Art Fein's poker party company from Pasadena. I think I said that before. I'm going to change the order of things now, and I'm going to go over to Paul Bodie here and introduce him. Paul?
Oh, hello. What's happening?
I haven't seen you in a while. Not since the last show we did.
Not since the last show with Big Willie Dixon.
It was Willie Dixon,
sure.
but he didn't sing. He didn't play no music. We just talked to him. This time we're luckier. We got musicians. So let's introduce the Shuggie Otis Band right now. Over on my far right, we got the bass player. We got Paige Smith. Paige, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
You from L.A.?
San Francisco.
You work in this band. You work with Shuggie, and you also work with Pop.
I sure do, the Johnny Otis Big Band.
How long you been playing with Johnny?
Oh, I've been playing with them going on 2.5 years now.
Is that right?
Yeah, great experience.
You in any other blues bands before this?
Just with Shuggie. Oh, before this?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I played in with a lot of groups around the Bay Area.
Yeah.
More or less a lot of jazz groups.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, welcome to the show. Next to him, we got Nick Otis. Nick,
Hi.
another son of Johnny Otis. How many sons are there?
Well, about 14. No, I'm just kidding. Me and Shuggie.
That's it?
Yeah, we
You
have.
guys, you're playing together. So you've been playing together all your life, of course. You know, I got a standard question that I didn't ask Charles yet, I get Paige rather. That I can't really ask you guys, which is, what's the first record you ever bought? Because you guys grew up in a house, there's nothing but records, and you can't really answer that question.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm not going to ask you that question. I'll go right on to Shuggie. Shuggie, welcome to the show, man.
All right.
You know, it's nice to have you here just to settle the question of how the hell you pronounce your name. Because how does it happen to be Shuggie?
As a baby, well, it wasn't I think it was my mother. Shuggie was like sugar, you know, I was like a little baby, you know, sweet as sugar, you know.
Is that right? Are you still,
or as bad as sugar, I don't
does
know.
your wife concur with that description of you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Johnny Jr., but I go by Shuggie, and
Oh, you are
That's
Johnny.
it.
You are Johnny Jr.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's it.
You know, I saw you playing with Johnny about 5 years ago. I was spinning the records at Dr. Demento's wedding,
Yeah, I know Dr. Demento.
and
yeah.
you and Johnny.
I was there, yeah. You were there
that's
that night.
right. I was
Oh,
spinning the
okay.
records, and you were playing.
Oh, you were right next to me, because
Yeah.
I was on that side of the
yeah,
stage.
that's right.
Small world.
So you had records out yourself in like what, 69, 70?
I think 69, 70s when I first, I was with Columbia for a while there,
Uh-huh.
and I had about 3 albums out.
So one of them was in conjunction with Al Cooper, I remember.
The first one was a collaboration with Al Cooper.
You were the teenage sensation,
That's right, yeah.
Something like
was,
that.
Yeah.
because that got plenty of play. And must have sold plenty of records. Is that stuff out right now?
I think it might still be available if you go to like used record shop.
Well, then it ain't out. So nobody's.
No,
putting
I don't think so.
Nobody's putting it out on CD right now.
No, I doubt it.
So okay, so I can't ask. God, this is terrible. You know, I can't ask them what the first records. Well, I could ask you, Paige. What was the first record you ever bought?
First record ever, that's a good question. I would have to say James Brown. James Brown, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag.
I
Yeah?
just remembered, I think the first record up, I think was Wooly Bully.
Is that right? Nick, did you buy a first record?
I have no idea. I'm thinking and thinking while they were saying this. I was like, what
You know,
in the world?
it's more fun for me when everybody gets embarrassed and says, "Well, it was Herman's Hermits" or something like that. You know.
I think I bought
You
I
guys-
liked
some
Herman
songs.
Hermits.
You guys got some
Let's
pretty
see,
cool
that's my
records.
first.
Well, actually, did you guys ever experience a generation gap in the house? Because you were young kids in the '60s. Were you bringing home Beatle records? Was your dad was that okay with your household, or were you bringing home Beatle records? I
Well,
don't
as
know.
far as I'm concerned, yeah, because when the Beatles came out, that influenced me to get more into the guitar. I was already into drums, you know,
Uh-huh.
as a little kid. I wanted to be like my father.
Mhm.
Okay, he was a drummer, and when the Beatles came out, it was like it opened up the guitar world. You know, I said, "Wow, I'd like to do that." And all those girls screaming out there, you know. And so that's what happened. The Beatles and the Rolling Stones were influenced as far as getting the guitar, and then I got into the blues after that.
Well, you seem like a chip off the old block right now.
R&B and stuff, and all music started. I started to love all music, you know.
Do you
Classical.
do you sometimes play with your dad now, or are you doing your own thing?
I'm doing my own thing right now.
Mm-hmm. So we can expect to see you start playing around L.A.?
Well, we're getting ready to do some gigs. In fact, I'd like to plug a gig we're getting ready to do at the new Hilton Hotel down at, I think it's on Vermont, and the Hollywood Freeway.
So without getting any more detail than that for public access, what month will that be in?
That'll be starting this month.
What month is that?
That's August 5th, I
Well,
think.
we don't give the dates out because we don't plug things exactly.
But anyway, I'm also doing some arranging work for my father, and we're getting ready to do an album, and I think we're getting ready to do some video work too.
Huh, great. So, Paige, how did you hook up with the Otis family?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question because I was very lucky. They opened up a new Fairmont Hotel in the San Jose area. And they had auditions, and through word of mouth, I heard about audition through a close friend of mine, a person that was in the band. And I went down and auditioned and got the gig. At first, when I played the audition, everybody said I did really good. And then I didn't hear from anyone for about a week, and I didn't know what was going on. And so all of a sudden, one night, Johnny calls me and said, "Look, come down tonight. You're playing tonight."
You're playing tonight, huh? So how did it happen in San Jose? They lose the bass player when they're San Jose?
Yeah, it happens like that. It's like that sometimes.
Oh, Nick, do you sometimes play with Johnny?
I've been with him for about 10 or 11 years now.
Oh, of course, you're in the band too, right
Yeah.
now. Right now, you're in the Johnny.
But I've been with him for quite some time.
Where's
yes.
the band been going?
Oh, we just got, in May, we went to Japan.
Yeah.
And we're doing various gigs around Los Angeles area, Santa Monica. We're going to do Seattle, San Francisco.
You know, your dad's got this great musical heritage, and then you guys grew up in a household which, to me, with my interests right now, must have been just heaven. If you got people like Louis Jordan and Amos Milburn walking in and out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a story.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a little kid, I came home and took a rest on the couch, and I woke up to the voice of Big Joe Turner. We were rehearsing in the living room, you know. It was great.
And Cleanhead.
And Cleanhead
Eddie
Vincent.
Cleanhead Vincent.
Yeah, I tried to get
Pee
him
Wee
on the
Creighton.
show right before the end there.
Oh yeah, that was a boy.
So, were you receptive to that? I mean, a lot of kids rebel. A lot of kids don't want to listen to what the parents listen to. So, you got all these great people who we now know are terrific. Have you always kind of dug it, or you?
I've always dug it. You know, as a kid, I used to see my father was a DJ, you know, and I used to see these records hanging around. I used to see Red Fox records. I used to see Howlin' Wolf and Lightning Hopkins and all that. Gerald Wilson, who's now my father-in-law.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
A great name in the jazz world.
Sure.
Ranger.
Yeah, arranger and composer. Did a lot of work for Count Basie, Duke Ellington, all those people back in the old days.
So you'd see those records around. So it always just meant something to you right from the start, huh?
It meant something to me from the start. I used to see his group come and rehearse at the house.
Who's that?
My father's
Father's
group.
group, yeah.
And I would see, like Pete Lewis, Jimmy Nolan, who later became James Brown, main guitar player for years. And he was playing on all the hits. And that was like a big influence. He was on Hand Jive, my father's song.
Is that right?
But he was also on all the James Brown hits like I Feel Good. And he kind of brought in a new style with his guitar playing, which you hear on a lot of stuff these days, you know.
So Nick, how'd you get on the Skins? You just gravitate to it?
They were there. My father played drums, you know, vibes and piano, but there were always instruments around the house. Yeah, and actually I started on piano, classical piano lessons, and after about a couple of years I would come home from piano lessons and practice on the drums. So I eventually went to the drums.
Got a little bit of
I
everything.
might add that Nicky is also working on a solo album where he's playing all the instruments and singing all the
Oh,
vocals.
is that right?
And I'm working on an album too, a solo album.
Cool.
Yeah.
Paige, on bass, how'd you pick up bass? What'd you hear that you liked?
I just heard that bass line. It was a Curtis Mayfield album called Superfly. That had a gangster bass player on there. He had some great lines on that album. And that was a big album at the time when it came out. Everybody had it. Everybody had it. All my friends. It was on the radio. And I just heard that bass line on there. I was started singing bass lines that were on the tunes, you know, and went out and bought a bass.
Motown too, did that affect you much? Or-
Oh, big time. My cousin, she's 4 years older than me, and she used to have all of those Motown hits. She was into Smokey Robinson, the Supremes, Going to the Go-Go, all those tunes. My cousins used to be in there with her girlfriends playing these songs. And
Sounds like me.
yeah, I used to hear all those.
I remember that too.
Good times.
Yeah, Smokey Robinson.
What was the other one that he put?
Four
I can't
Tops.
think. Four Tops,
Well,
the
James
Dells.
Jamerson, great
Temptations.
bass player.
Yeah.
Jamie Jamerson, for sure.
Yeah.
Big influence.
Yeah.
It's Jamie Jamerson. The Jackson 5, Stop the Love You Saved. Big, important song for
You,
me.
you
man.
mentioned Larry
Right.
Graham to me once. You like Larry
Oh, Larry Graham. Sly and the Family Stone used to play at the Cow Palace. I only lived like a block away from the Cow Palace. And I used to go and see Larry Graham, or Sly Stone,
Yeah.
when they used to be there. And then Larry Graham, when he broke away from Sly Stone, used to be a big auditorium in Bay Area people know this, called Winterland.
Yeah.
And every New Year's Eve, Graham Central Station would open for Tower of Power. And we was always on that scene right there. I mean, that was great. Larry Graham, I saw Larry Graham's group before he even had the first album out.
Huh.
And he was playing songs like Release Yourself. And he would, what really blew me away is like he would be singing, playing the bass line, and like jumping up and down at the same time. I thought it was great. It was just like, I've never seen anything in my life like that, you know? And so San Francisco is a real good party town. Real good party. A lot of live music up there.
You know, we had a good bass player around here last time, Willie Dixon. He was playing stand-up and
yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
How about dealing with those guys, any of the Chicago guys? Did you ever
They're
get
a
to
big
meet them?
influence on me. I met Willie Dixon one day,
Yeah.
one night at a gig he did
Yeah.
in Hollywood. And T-Bone Walker I got the chance to play with.
Is that right?
And
That's great.
Muddy Waters I used to go see. I used to go see Albert King and Albert Collins and Freddie King.
Sounds
And,
like you.
and all those guys, B.B. King and all those guys, you know. it was
How about you,
great.
Nick? Did you get any particular drum influences that
Influences.
made a big effect on you?
Well, yeah. Papa Joe Jones of Count Basie was one of the guys. Tony Williams, Billy Cobham came through the. First, I grew up, went through the Motown period, and then the psychedelic period, and the fusion
Hey, what
period.
about Keith
you know.
Moon? Did he mean anything?
Keith Moon, he was one of the greatest sloppy drummers of all time. No offense, but he did some stuff that was really amazing, you know, for a real raw, hard rock.
That's right. The way he threw his drums.
And John
across the
Bonham,
room,
too.
especially.
Yeah.
But I loved Arthur Lee and Love and all that kind of stuff back then.
Is that right?
You did.
Oh yeah, I was into all that stuff. If you listen to some of those tunes, there's a lot of good, really great things happening. He's a great poet.
Max Roach.
Yeah.
You out there?
So what about
Master.
Tony Williams, great drummer.
So
Yeah.
so
Just
you
a
know
world
Roy
of music.
Brown?
Roy Brown? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I had a chance to play with him and record with him.
Really?
Also,
Up in Monterey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roy
right, of
Milton
course.
too.
Yeah, Roy Milton.
Roy Milton, Joe Liggins, Joe Turner, Eddie Clean.
Oh, we were good friends with Roy Brown. That's why I wrote that
Oh, yeah?
one. He's such a cool guy. Listen, speaking of great music, the time's running out already. Let's get up and do some more songs,
Great.
okay, Phil?
All right. I've been around this world, I've been from place to place. Let me tell you, girl, you take the cake. Every time I see you, girl, I can't be still. Let me tell you, child, it's how you make me feel. You're my sweet loving mama. You're my sweet loving mama. Hey now, got the kind of loving I dream about. Got the kind of kissing can't do without. You're my sweet loving mama. You're my sweet loving mama. You look so fine, you ought to be a movie star. When you walk the streets, folks stop their cars. Ought to be a law, gets a girl so fine. Let me tell you, child, I'm glad you're mine. You're my sweet loving mama. You're my sweet loving mama. Hey now, I got the kind of loving I dream about. Got the kind of kissing can't do without.
You look so fine, you ought to be a movie star. When you walk the streets, folks stop their cars. Ought to be a law against a girl so fine. Let me tell you, child, I'm glad that you're mine. You're my sweet lover. You're my sweet lover, mama. Hey, now, you're the kind of loving I dream about. Got the kind of kissing can't do without. You're my sweet loving mama. You're my sweet loving mama. Got a thing going, thing going. Got a thing going, baby. You're my sweet, 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 sweet. You're my sweet, 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 sweet. Got a thing going, thing going. Thing going, a thing going. You're my sweet, sweet, sweet loving mama. You're my sweet, sweet, sweet loving mama.
Terrific. It's Shuggie Otis. I'm Art Fein. We're closing out Art Fein's Poker Party for this show. So take it away, fellas. Say goodnight to everybody at home, and take it away, Shuggie and band.